Well, I'm here back in the woods on quite a nice autumn evening. The sun behind me is just setting. It's coming up to 6 p.m, so I've only really got about half an hour of light. I've arrived here a little bit later than I normally do, but in terms of shelter I don't need to set it up because the little pallet cabin is already done, it's already there. I've got some firewood in there. I just went and chopped a little bit more and I'm ready for a really chilled evening to just get the stove going. It's perfect stove conditions, about 12 to 13 degrees Celsius, so dropping down to about 6, so it's ideal. And I just chopped up a little bit of extra wood, ready really to replace what's in there already and in the log store. But yeah, it's great to be back. It's great to be here in this part of the woodland. I've already seen so much wildlife, plenty of squirrels, a little roe deer, and I can already hear some of the owls, which is quite early. They usually will start just as dusk comes. I've got some nice food and a cold Guinness that I brought with me, and I'm just gonna spend a night alone in the little cabin and just enjoy it. This time of year, I always tend to do this episode. I like to just come and not have an agenda or a kind of set thing to do. It's just let's go camping in the cabin and see what happens. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, folks, and let's get inside and get the stove going. So before I lose all the daylight, this is the pallet wood cabin. Yes, it does look like a shed. It's a glorified shed, but we have got a little stove in there, and it's all made of pallet wood, including the front porch and the decking area. And I'll get a light on inside and you can have a look. But there, you can see the pallet wood on the inside there. And it's been standing a couple of years now, still going strong, for those that were wondering. Now, we've used this for quite a bit of storage and everything over the last summer, so there's quite a few tools and things down on the bottom, old stuff that we were building with. I've got some fresh wood down there. This is the stove, which we've kept in this cabin for, I don't know, 3 years? When did we last build this? 3 years ago. Not touched the stove, not maintained it. Yes, it's got a bit of surface rust, but it's been doing the job brilliantly. This is a little G stove heat view, and I've checked the pipe and the flue and it's all there, all working okay. We've got the stovepipe oven, so that will heat up, and it's a little oven inside, so I've got some chestnuts that I can roast on that later. That goes through into a metal roof, got a bit of metal backing there. The window, fairly rudimentary and basic. Little folding table just there with 2 legs that fold out so that can go flat. The bed also folds up against the wall here, so it gives a lot more space inside. We've got a chair and a shelf with not much on it at the moment, but I need to light that lantern in a minute. A couple of candles up here, another shelf. What else? A couple of tools. The log store, which actually was kind of like a corner unit, but we're actually using it for the log store as well. And then there's a main log store outside just over there, and there's my other shelters. The Saxon house, the bushcraft kind of workshop, and the little Viking turf house on the right. So I'm spoilt for choice in what to camp in tonight. And unfortunately, where I've not been here in a while, there's some fairly decent critters that have moved in. Let me show you this spider up here before he goes, because he's a bit of a beastie. I say he, it's definitely a she, because there's a million babies. Can you see that? All of those tiny black dots on your screen are baby spiders from that big mama. Well, to give you a perspective, there's a screw head to the left of her. That's how big she is. And she's fast. If I blow on the web, watch this. She's like Shelob. Yeah, look at that. Pretty awesome. Not going to keep me up at night. I'm okay with spiders. But it shows how fast they kind of move in. There's so many baby spiders. Yeah, so we'll leave her be up there. She can get, well, she'll get toasty from the stove up there. So another one over there. And there's quite a few just kind of dotted round. Little hairy fairy one. More spider there. Another one there. Yeah, they're everywhere. What do you expect when you haven't been in here for a while? In terms of gear, all I'm using is a wool blanket, an old sort of Italian army surplus wool blanket. Gone a bit traditional in this one, and then a waxed canvas bag, which is actually made by my friend Brian, who makes my TA Trekker backpacks. The leather straps, brass buckles, just nice and traditional. I know, you know, it's heavy and bulky, but it's quite nice this time of year as well to use a bit of traditional gear. So that's a waxed canvas backpack, and all my food and stuff. I'm going to sleep on the wool blanket and use a pillow with my jumper. That'll do, pig. Wow, I haven't burnt this stove in so long. Stove is burning much better now. You can hear that chugging noise like a train, steam train. Now I know it's really drawing, so I can turn it down. Some spuds. And of course, top it off with a bit of Sir Arthur, Mr. Guinness himself. That'll do. Add a bit of stock in that as well. Only half a stock, because the full one in there is going to be so salty and a bit too much. Every time that goes down, I'll probably cook this for 45 minutes to an hour, and every time that bubbles down, that bubbles off, you know, burns off the water, boils off, that's the word, I will top it up with some Guinness. Can't beat a one pot meal, no faff. To give you an idea how hot the old stove oven is, I think it says they're nearly 300 degrees Celsius. So it gets warm in there. Certainly enough to cook stuff. Not much to do now except enjoy Guinness and let that cook. It's roasting in here. Great to be back in the pallet cabin. It's been, yeah, like I say, a long time since I've done the last overnight in here. Tend not to do it in the summer just because it gets quite hot where it's small. I'll put a link to the build video if you guys want to see myself and my dad building this. Just going to stir the stew. Oh, it's getting nice and soft now. Perfect. There we go. Sorry guys, bear with me. Yeah, I haven't done this type of video in a while. A lot of what I've done lately has been kind of skills based or builds type thing. I've not really done a kind of solo camp where I don't have a specific task to do or kind of show you guys, so it's nice to just relax and yeah, just enjoy a vlog style overnighter. Let me know what you think of this type of video, because I don't put it out as much anymore. I haven't done, just where I've been doing different things. Yes, I am aware that candle is dangerously close to the wall and the window, but yeah, let me know guys. I've got some good plans, like I say, for some series. I've got hopefully a big thing coming up in the next, I want to say, month to 6 weeks. Fingers crossed before Christmas anyway. I'll let you know closer to the time. Haven't had much chance to relax lately over the last, I don't know, 6 to 8 months. Got a little toddler now, she's coming up 2 in December, so that's kept myself and my wife on our toes. Always will, I can see that. What a life change that is, having kids, eh? Oh, that's a wake up call if ever you want one. Great fun though. Tell you what, got myself a white batten bread here, baton. I'm gonna break the bread, and put it in the oven, in the pipe oven. Mind you, soft bread. Tell you what, I'll do half soft bread in a stew. Can't be. I'll do half in, half out. Right, let's toast that. Now with these pipe ovens, you've got to make sure nothing touches the sides, because they really do burn and get hot. There we go. So I'll do one loaf in the oven. We're still at, even opening at 200 degrees nearly. And then the other loaf is soft bread. Oh yes, just about crispy enough. Perfect. Somehow I managed to perfectly toast that. No idea how. Our first bit of beef. 10 minutes later, obviously, because it's so hot. Beautiful. Potato time. Carrot, the key to a stew. That is good. What can I say? It's all fantastic. Guinnessy sauce. Cheers guys. Thank you for joining me on this overnighter. Wherever you are watching from in the world, where are you watching from in the world? I appreciate it. I appreciate your views and your comments when you do comment, and if you drop a like, obviously I appreciate it all. I'm very grateful. We're approaching 2 million subscribers, which is crazy because it felt like only yesterday that I hit 1 million subscribers. So we're nearly there, guys. Nearly there. This is me, folks. Oh, bit of wool blanket. or blanket camping in the cabin without a mattress, so this is going to be nice and hard. At least it's flat. I'm letting the stove go out. It just holds the heat in here. We've got a metal roof, and once that gets hot like it has now, it's just going to retain that heat, and obviously the wood does as well. Been a nice evening, got a full belly, and yeah, it's just started to rain from the sounds of it, so I've timed it well. And then tomorrow just cook up some more good food. That's what it's all about. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. Morning. Nice cup of liquid Luna first thing in the morning. It's actually 9 o'clock. Got the stove going. Like I say, I had no agenda on this one. Just want to just chill in the cabin really, just enjoy it. I didn't sleep amazing because my back was quite stiff on that wood where it's just flat, but other than that, yeah, it was warm, put it that way, so it was worth it just for the warmth and the stove. First of the season, hopefully first of many. I'm going to tuck into this breakfast and then probably head out on my way. Sometimes on these overnighters the mornings are the best, where especially when it's like in the little cabin like this or something, just take my time, get the stove going, warm up pretty fast, faster than I would if I was getting an outdoor campfire going, coming out of a tent or a tarp. And then just watching a bit of nature outside, having a coffee, egg muffin, listening to nature. Few things in life can beat it, really. Well, thanks so much for watching. If you've watched all the way through to this point, I really appreciate it. That's it for now. Had a great night in the tiny little pallet wood cabin. Still standing strong. A lot of people thought it was going to kind of rot away in the first year, but yeah, I think it's doing well because the soil drains really quickly here. So yeah, it's been brilliant. Dad's got some questionable guttering going on at the back there. Not sure what's going on with that, but speaking of Dad, do subscribe to his channel, TA Fishing. It's our other YouTube channel that we started up before this one. I'll put a link to that in the description below. Weekly fishing videos, and not just that, DIY as well. And yeah, I think you guys will really enjoy it. Dad's over fishing in Ireland at the moment, but we're going to plan to get together and do some more collaborations over the winter, so keep an eye out for those videos. I appreciate you watching. Links to all the gear, including like the traditional gear, the coffee and everything like that, I'll try and provide links for in the description below. And everything else that's kind of TA Outdoors related, go to taoutdoors.com, and there's a shop there, and you can sign up to the newsletter and be the first to know of when I launch kind of new things. But this has been really peaceful, really enjoyable. Thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys in the next one. Autumn is here, finally.